day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Come take a seat and I will recite you a tale of bold adventures spanning both sides of the veil. I knew a champion, we traveled far and wide. We saw so many wonders roving side by side. In the streets of Kirkwall we brought help to those in need. Word had spread so quickly of our dealings and our deeds. Fight for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Hawk, 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 Hawk. Into the deepest roads we ventured in the black. If we had only known what we were bringing back. We felt the fire of every temper, every mage, caught in the crossfire of their politics and rage. Had to pull some strings and get them off each other's backs. There was a much greater danger waiting to attack. Fight for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Hawk, 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 Hawk. Just a lowly refugee, your champion arrived. Round shores of Ferelden fade to Kirkwall's buzzing hive. Rose above the poverty and rose above the pain. My friend became the savior of the white city of chains. Fight for your values and fight for your friends. Fight through this blight, find the light at the end. Through the age of the dragon, the people will talk of the day they were saved by a hero named Hawk. Hawk, 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 Hawk.
Shall we play a game?
All right. Welcome to the stream. I haven't done this in a while. We're going to do a little Farming Sim 25. This is actually mostly going to be setup. I've been thinking about doing a series on this map. I've been playing on this map. The map is Uyuret. It's a Hungarian-based map, fictional town. Not what I wanted. Lag. So you start off, this is home. Uncle Nelson's there. I wish I could move him. You start off with a pig enclosure that can hold 17 animals. When I played through this map before, I changed this out for a chicken because they were a chicken coop because they were easier to deal with. But I think I'm going to play with the pigs. this time, which means I'm going to have to buy some feed. But this is the house you start with. It's a nice walk-in Hungarian newspaper. You'll see Hungarian signs all over the place. They really did a good job with this. And my sleeping wardrobe triggers are back here. Yeah, and I've got old family wedding photos that look like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the actual farm. And this vehicle is one I'm going to be swapping out because it's too new. But what this is this is a co-op farm, or it's laid out like a co-op farm. So we do have a bunch of equipment, some of which I'm going to be swapping out. Oh, wrong button. And we have plenty of storage here in the barns. I always do that. So yeah, we have plenty of room for vehicle storage. Our storage silo is there. We have a workshop down here. Some more small equipment storage here on the left. And on the right, I could probably use the workshop to store some stuff. And all our equipment is down here. We've got a small class with a small header, which is fine. These are usually smaller fields. The John Deere here, I'm probably going to get rid of and replace that with a Valtra because I'm going to need some larger equipment. I need a slightly higher horsepower. We got a fuel tank already. Corn header, which I can get rid of. The plow I'm going to get rid of. I'm going to replace that. That seeder I'm going to get rid of because I prefer one that I can fertilize at the same time. The roller, probably going to get rid of the roller because the seeder I'm looking to get is a direct drill, so you're supposed to roll after you cultivate, but I cultivate the seed in one shot, so that spreader we're going to get rid of. So let's get rid of some of the equipment. I got to rearrange things on my desk so I can put my controller up there. So let's see. Let's go into our vehicles. That we can sell off. Now we also have a large cow barn, which has got a very interesting setup. I like the way he did it. Yeah, we're gonna replace that water tanker with something else. The Class 550, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna keep. We can get rid of the corn. I'm not doing corn. I did corn on one of my saves. It was just not worth it. Okay, that we're going to hold on to. That we're going to hold on to. We're going to get rid of that because it doesn't have enough horsepower. So I need a different big one. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We're going to replace that with a pusher. Get rid of that plow because I like the MT. The cultivator we'll hold on to. The seeder we're going to get rid of. The pickup we're going to get rid of. We're going to replace that with the International 200. And a lot of those are mods. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Trailer we'll hold on to. Roller we can get rid of. All right, and then before I go into buying my vehicles, so this is the farmland we owned. We're over here right now. We own Field 2, Field 16, which right now both have wheat on them, which is fine. We also own this over here, which has got some of our vehicles. These are the 3 cow barns. These are silage bunkers. So we have 3 large silage bunkers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy these 3 fields, if it lets me. Come on. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these 3 fields into one large grass field. So I'm going to do grass here, I'm going to do grass here, I'm going to do wheat here, because I am going to need straw. So let's purchase our soil information for these 3. I am playing with precision farming. So I need the soil information here. Purchase that one. All right, I think that's all I own. Let me just double check. Yeah, I don't see any more green markers. All right, so time to replace some of these vehicles. So first thing we're going to do is Valtra, that's 270. It's the Q series I need. All right. Let's go back. Because the main reason I need that is because there is also bale storage. So the main reason I need that is for the baler. And let's go with a round baler. And let's see what these need. Oh, that's a low. That's got a wrapper. I don't want something with a wrapper on it because I want to use the... Actually, let's go with a square baler. Because I'm not going to be wrapping. It does 240s, requires 275. I think that's the one I used in the other. Could have been the Crone. It goes at 11. That goes at 10. Let's go with the Crone. What are the... Oh, Bale Collect. I don't care about the Bale Collect. Silage additive tank. Yes. Let's buy this. And this is why I start with $1 million, because I'm going to change out a whole bunch of equipment. Okay, so we got that purchase. Now we can go back in and purchase our medium tractor. And I think I can do the Valtra T-Series if I max out. Yeah, it gives me 271, so that's fine. Where I can, and this is a leftover from FS22, I prefer the BTKs, or the BKTs. I want to put the compact on there. Yeah, I think we'll put it on this one. Let's get my colors on here. And I think that's it, 271. Okay. Let's buy that. Nope. All right, next thing I need is a plow. And this is the plow I prefer to go with. Lizard MT, this is also a mod. I think that was the color. Hey, you didn't change. Why? Oh, because I hit escape instead of select. All right, we're going to go with the 9 meter on that. Now, from my previous playthrough, I've already got some course play in there and auto drive. So right now, my driver wages are set up to 0, just for setup. I'm going to change that later, and let's do it. That's 5 meters. That's 6 meters. I don't have the horsepower for that. That's also 6 meters. It's a direct drill. It takes, let's take a look at it. I may go with the Bednar. Let's bump this up. Okay, so we just get extra cedar. We'll go fancy. We'll get the loosening tines. And what does design 2 change? Okay, put scrapers up front. We'll go with that. And the tire roller on it. None of that really does anything game-wise. It's just all aesthetics. All right, so we got our cedar. I need a... Don't really need a fertilizer spreader, but what I need is a lime spreader. So it says 24 meters, but it's actually a 12 meter. Wheel setup is fine. We'll stay with the discs. We'll go with the maximum extension. As you go through a lot of lime, and I've got to lime all of those fields. What else do I need? Oh, I'm going to need mowers. I'm going to need a mower, a tedder, and a windrow. So, so we'll go with the semis. And then we got to do a lot of transporting. So we'll set the workers to do the transporting. We need a tedder. We can go with this one. Not super large fields, so and windrower. That's 8.4, that's 9.7, but it's 40,000 more. We'll go with the 8.4. All right, and I'm going to need a forage wagon. That handles more types of crops. But again, it's 40,000 more. It's 26. That's 35. Let's go with this one. And it's small enough that I can transport it with the smaller tractor. Add the silage tank. And I need a vehicle for myself. And yeah, we'll go with this one. Design 2. Okay, that's just got the box on it. Put a trailer hitch on it. Make it my colors. All right, and let's buy that. All right, so all right, and we can send him to the vehicle dealer. Wow. That's a lot of equipment. Okay, so that obviously is going to go last. All right, so first, to the garages. And, oh, how do I have that mic on? Oh. Nope, stop. I forgot to open the gate. Okay, now we can send you to the garages. Okay, and he's going the other way. That's good. So I do use auto drive quite a bit. Oh, there's. I was going to say, I know I bought the back of the mower, the back piece. Yeah, I'm not going to make it through there. All right, I'm going to have to cheat this one. All right, and you can go to the garage. And you go back to vehicle pickup. Now I also got to do a little bit of building on here. I am going to put a small money generator in because I'm going to be fairly low on money, and the first winter is going to be rough. Oh, I think I got to turn down his turning speed. Yeah. That's part of my problem. That. And we can send you back to vehicle pickup. And just in time. So I'm going to put a barn work, a field buying station in. That'll give me a quick place to buy fertilizer, lime, and basically all the stuff that I need for field work. And at a discount. And then I'm going to change the water tower out to one that does not charge me for water. So I've got a couple options for free water towers that look pretty good. I've got a rain collector barrel that looks good. It'll fit in nicely. Okay. Pick that up. Fold. Helps if I can get straight on. Come on. There we go. And you can go back to the garages. As long as you make it out of here. Okay. No, wrong way. So, and I'll figure out where all of this stuff is getting parked later. Wrong way. So actually, while he's heading over, so this is the other side of the farm. Let me open this gate. Oh, that's right. I want to pull that pool out. Get that open. The pool is there so that you can get the mud off your tires before you come into the weigh station. But we've got slurry pits here on the right. On the left, we have 3 large bunkers. This is the bale storage. The drop-off and pickup is on the other side. Let me get these fences. Oh, no, not that one. Oops. Close that. So the way these barns are set up, the 3 barns are connected. I like that. So this is where you drop your straw. This is where you drop your food. Okay, let's get back to these. All right, we're almost done. Only a couple more trips. And there's also water out in the field. Where am I going? Garages. I also want to set up a weather station. The weather station is cheap. And that's all going to go on this side. So the animal area, the cow area, is pretty tightly packed. So can't place much over there. I'm toying with the idea of swapping out the silage bunkers, but I don't know if I want to do that yet. No, actually, we can send him back to the garage too. What is he? Oh. He got back too fast. Get out of my way. I'm bigger. But straighten up a little bit more. Yeah. That wasn't good. Okay, go to vehicle pickup. And we can just park you over here for now. And let's see where. All right, so these are the last two pieces I think I need. We'll see if I'm right. But send him to the garage. It's a little annoying sometimes that the vehicles will take a different track going one direction than they do in the other, but it's actually convenient sometimes because that means they don't cross each other. And I may have to adjust some auto drive spots because I do have triggers for the field workstation and the water pickup that I probably are going to be incorrect because I don't remember exactly where I set them. And if you see the game stutter, it may not be lag. You can't see it because there's other information in the way, but I do have an autosave plugin. So it's a true autosave. It saves every 15 minutes. I don't have to. It doesn't wait until I go into the menu. Okay. You're dropped off. And we're going to come pick you up. Oh. Okay. Actually, let's put that somewhere else because I'm going to have to get to the lime spreader. There we go. All right. Park you over here. Let me just get back and make sure I turn this off. I did. All right, so now I need to go do a little construction here. So first thing we're going to do is, oh, why won't it? Oh, okay. I may have to remove that by hand. Yeah, some of the things on here you can't sell. But there is a way around it. Oh, H. No, not the concrete plates. All right, that may have to stay there. All right, so we're going to put the water tower in here. Wrong key. Containers. I think it was under containers. There it is. Overlaps with another object. Okay, put that there. I'm going to drop a weather station right there. And oops. Containers. Where's my... Okay, that's the free one. That's the discount. Field workstation. Oh. Okay, I gotta move. I gotta move the header trailer. Actually, I should open that while I'm here, because I'll forget and drive into it, because that's the path between the two farms. And we're just gonna plop you down right there. If I remember right, put it somewhere around here. We'll find out how close I was. All right, let's fill the fuel tank. Okay. Now, we can finally get some work done. And I have to check. I think I can get through the fence. Think being the operative word. So we're going to clear out these 2 wheat fields first. Yeah, I can't get through the fence. Good. All right, and this is... Okay, did I misname that? Yes, I did. That is actually field 2. Okay, turn that off. Turn that off for now. And you are going to go on that field 2 silo unload. Yeah, there we go. And I do have traffic turned off mainly because the traffic annoys me. The physics is so very wrong. All right, let's see if that's far enough for it to detect the field. It is. All right. I can turn that off. So I'm using auto drive for my pickup, for my collector. So all I've got, if you've never done that before, all I've got to do is pop open the pipe and he will come running. So what my plan is this field that I'm currently harvesting and the 3 fields that I'm going to combine into one are going to be grass. One will be that the big one will be dedicated to hay. This one will be dedicated to silage. And then that other field, which is that one back there, is going to stay wheat. Because I also need the straw. And I'm going to have to buy pig food. But you can see in the beginning how quickly your money goes down. After I sold off the vehicles, I had over 1,300,000. And now that I've bought everything, I've got just under $500,000. So yeah, your money goes down pretty quick. Oh, damn you. And I do have to get rid of a few trees here and there, but we'll use the object hider. All right, let's redo that. Huh. Okay. I guess we'll have to do part of it by hand. But we'll get these two fields done. I'll set a worker on baling all of this, and I forgot to buy a bale collector. I know I was going to forget something. But yeah, the some of the trees, and I see this on a lot of maps. I mean, it looks great, and yes, it's realistic sometimes. But the way the collision boxes are, if the tree is too close to the edge of the field, the GPS will try to avoid it. But that only happens in a couple spots. And then the other problem I have is the fact that I use course play a lot. Sometimes the trees get in the way of vehicles turning around. Okay, we just hit 80%. I probably could have done this with just one header. So, yeah, I think I'll skip the second header. We'll just do an up and down here. Actually, let's see if that fixes the... All right, well, I will start getting... I won't be able to do an unload on the run. Because this has got a fairly small storage. And I get so used to playing on the American maps with my 65-foot wide headers and 14 to 18,000 liter combines. It's good to get onto the smaller maps sometimes. gets down below 80, I can start moving. And he should follow. So I love that auto drive can do this. And then I'm going to finish this off in racetrack style. And then as soon as I throw the pipe in, he'll just stop right there and wait for me. And our yields will go up as we start getting the ground pH level and nitrogen levels up properly. The grass needs a very low nitrogen level, so not a lot of fertilizer for the grass. The other thing I'm doing on my setting is I am on 4-day months. So each day will be the equivalent of a week. But that's usually the way I play. And right now I'm on real-time speed. That is only for the setup day. Because I got a bunch of work to get these fields to where I want them. Once setup day is finished, we'll go to ×5 speed, which would be a little more realistic with the amount of work I can get done. Well, crap. I just realized I'm going to have to bail all of this because I didn't use course play. So course play always, it sets up a little bit off from what the GPS does, the guidance steering. So this is the in-game, the built-in guidance steering. If you haven't played this version yet, it is not the same as the guidance steering mod from FS22. This should actually continue straight on, yeah. Oh, I also forgot to get the pusher weight. So we'll have to buy those. Actually, I can buy those two things while this is going up. There's my bale collectors. There we go. And holds 14. Oh, that's round only. Okay. set this for BKT. We'll buy that. And then hop out of here to make sure I'm not driving into the river. All right, now we can go in and buy the weight. Come on. And I absolutely love this mod. Where is it? There it is. Set that at 1,000. Both sides. We'll leave it gray. So what that does is that extends the weight out to the width of the wheels. So if you do hit it's great when you're using the AI workers, because if it hits a bale, it'll just push the bale off to the side, which is fantastic because the AI workers constantly drive over bales because they can't detect them, which I think is weird because it can detect the bales it can detect the bales when it's picking them up. All right, let's do our pre-call because we're hitting 80%. We'll let our chaser catch up with us. All right, and he's right there waiting for me to complete my turn. And as soon as I pass him, he should start moving. And hopefully catch up with me before I hit 90%. There he goes. Because if he doesn't get under the pipe by like 93%, he will actually start backing up and wait for me to come to a stop. Let's come to a stop. Yeah. Sometimes he gets confused. Like all of us. Go. Come on, why am I not? There we go. Ah, where are you going? You could have stayed right there. I would have passed right over you. So he'll get to 85% and then automatically go and unload and then come back and wait at my waiting point. Come on, catch up. So he's only about 40% right now, so we should get at least one more load out of him. right, and he can wait for me until I'm ready for him again. And what I may do is call him out on my next down pass as soon as I pass him. So, and then that'll set him up for the next time I need him on an up pass. So I do run a lot of mods in this, mostly vehicle mods, some construction mods, like the water tower that I'm using, the fieldwork fill stations. I've got a lot of buildings and stuff, but this has a pretty good building setup. I've got some clutter, so I can do some different clutter around. One of the things, once we get into it, it'll be a year, or at least coming into winter, before I can get cows. Because I need hay, silage, and straw. So the straw we're taking care of now. Hay and silage is going to take, I'll get one load of each. But then I can then use the mixer. One of the tools you start with on this map is a forage mixer. And usually I use a mod. I have a production mod that'll let me, I just dump grass in it. I dump grass and straw. It'll turn the grass into silage and hay, and then mix the three of them together to give me TMR. I do a lot with cattle. My family were dairy farmers, so I tend to do dairy cows. Sometimes I'll do pigs, usually dairy cows and chicken. Although I want to use... My goal is always to get the farm to be self-sustaining. So pigs are good because they'll create a lot of slurry. I probably won't put any straw bedding in their bin so that they just create slurry for me. The cows I'll do... Actually, I may not put any straw in the cow bedding so that they also only produce slurry. But I'll have plenty of straw, so I may put straw in there, and I can get set up for the cows. I can fill the straw up. I can fill their water trough up. You do have to deliver water to them. The barns that are in there do not have the automatic water. Out of coffee. That's not good. And he won't move until the pipe is fully extended. It'd be nice if he started moving as soon as you open the pipe up. Okay, this load should send him to unload into the silo. This should put him over 85%. It may not. Only because I may run out of field. Okay. Close that up. Get out of his way. And then I can continue working until I need him again. So the other thing I like with this map is the modder that created put down proper AI splines. So I didn't have a lot of work to do to set this up with auto drive. I'm mostly using the existing roads. All of the routes inside the farm I had to build. Obviously the delivery stations, the delivery points, vehicle dealer, things like that. But I didn't have to map out all of the roads, which is a pain that can take me hours. You know, and sometimes the AI splines that they set up, they do them quick and dirty. This modder, I don't remember who the modder was. He actually took a lot of time to set up proper splines, turning junctions, things like that. You know, he kind of set them up the way giants would set up. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish. I'll finish this field. And then those 3 fields I'm going to combine, and then we're just going to plow them under. So I don't really care about the crops that are on them. And then we'll set up. We'll use course play and auto drive. We'll set 2 workers up to do the next field. I'll start getting that field prepped because I've got to combine them, I've got to lime them, and then I can set a worker to plow the whole field. All right, and there he is waiting for me already. All right, I think one more row. Yeah, one more row will finish this off. The other thing I liked about the way this was made is he gave you equipment that works with the buildings he put in. So a lot of times I see, you'll get a cow barn or a delivery, a silo point, and the only trailer they give you is a huge trailer that has back tip only, and they don't fit inside the buildings. You can get them inside, but you start tipping them and they collide with the roofs. So causes a lot of problems. With this one, he gave us that little tipper. It's got a side tip on it. It works in all the buildings that you have. It works because the silo drop-off point is covered. It'll work in the cow barn. So it just shows me somebody who really thought about what equipment and what buildings he was using. Okay, hurry up. You can do it. Nope. Okay. I gotta stop for him again. All right, we'll just have him follow us to the end of this row, and then I think I'll take an early break. And I'll set them up to start working on the next field, which I think is field 16. Okay, I don't need you following me now. I'm almost done. So I'm going to set up the 2 AI workers to start working on field 16 while I grab, after I come back from break, I'll grab the other tractor. We'll prep those 3 fields up there, these 3 fields on the left. Get them set up the way I want them. And then because I'm on real time, the one thing I won't be able to do is plant my wheat. So I got to wait till September to plant wheat. Oh, did not mean to stop there. That's where I meant to stop. All right, we're going to go down here. I have courses already set up for these fields because, like I said, I did play this map before. It did get an update in the past few days that required a new save, so I figured, hey, I gotta wipe what I did before, so I might as well. It's a good excuse to start the series I was thinking about starting. All right, that should be good there. All right. Let's get over to him. Okay. Turn that off. Change this to field 16. Okay. And we'll set him to go and deliver. Just drop off what he picked up here. And then he'll come back to that field with an empty bin. All right. And I think I have a course set up for this. Yep, harvest 16. Load that. Trying to figure out where the starting point is. So am I. All right, let's turn that off. Let's find where the starting point is, because I don't remember. Oh, it's right here. Okay. Now he should find it. Oh, and I gotta change this before I forget. Otherwise, my driver won't know where he's going. Yeah. Oop. Another collision point. All right, so I'm going to let that run. I'm going to hop off and take my break a little bit early. Hang out. I'll turn the music up, and I will be back.
this. You swing and miss while your mind's digging your own hole. Where are the heroes tonight? There's nowhere inside, and it's you against the world. Taking on the world, the moment of me life. Time is running out. Taking on the world, the moment of me life. Where's your hero now? You thought they were bad, but they're running away.
All right, I'm back. Oh, my AI tracking is off. There we go. So I came back and to see that the combine needed to be unloaded, which shouldn't have happened. And what happened was the tractor was trying to get to him and ran into a tree. So we got that fixed. All right, let's set that to create fields. And okay, let's unfold. Okay. So while those two are working on that field, we'll get this one prepped, and I'll do this one by hand. And there we go. All right. Have to clean up a spot there. Turn that off. I don't need the auto drive in there. So I have plowing and lime, but plowing and weeds turned on. I have crop destruction and field stone turned off, just because I don't feel like dealing with those two. And that's my normal way of playing. All right. I'm going to drop this off. I'm going to grab a load of lime and start liming that field. Filling lime. So I don't think it really matters too much what order you do your field prep in. I got in the habit of liming first and then plowing, because that's the way you would do it in real life. All right, now I should knock down to 1. Yep, okay. That gives me the whole field. If I can get lined up. That's all right. We'll so we'll get this lined out and then we'll plow everything. And that should pretty much, that'll get this field ready, and then I can seed it. Oop. Don't want to waste lime. And I'll see if I can clean up that bad spot over there while I'm plowing. Okay, it looks like our worker is... I can see him driving down the road in the distance, so he's probably doing a drop-off, load drop-off. I'm going to get rid of this tree. Just because that's going to cause me problems if I start using AI workers on this field. Although if I'm doing it as a series, I probably won't be using the AI that much. Yep, and another spot where we got a problem. Actually, let's move up a little more. Oop. Get rid of these trees. I mean, I'd love to leave them in there because they look great, but they really mess with the guidance steering. All right, and hopefully. Is there another line? There is another line in there. Okay. We'll come back. I was like, I shouldn't be leaving a gap. But it happens. Curly. I have a worker named Curly. Oh. I see what the problem is. Okay. Now, back to what I was doing. I love that it's not liming. It's not putting out any lime, but it is marking that section as being limed. All right, now I can get back on track here. All right, that's better. Wow, the tractor driver is still trying to get to the harvester. Just trying to keep an eye on my worker over there. Waiting for him to hit another tree. Oh, no, he got to him. So the main reason I combine these fields is just out of convenience. I was going to do grass on all three of them anyway, and it just makes it easier if I can just handle them all in one shot. Oh, okay. He got him. The harvester is moving. So yeah, sometimes it annoys me to plow crops under. I don't like doing that. But to get my farm set up the way I want it, I will do it. So I love playing with course play on auto drive. One of the things you'll see is, I think one of the best setups is I can set an AI worker to collect bales using course play, and then it'll auto switch to auto drive to deliver them. It takes a little bit of setup. The other thing you can do, which doesn't work, hasn't been working properly with the silage bunkers that are there. That's why I'm thinking of taking those 3 out and putting in 2 longer ones set in the other direction. There is also a way to do multiple paths, and I'm set up for it, but for some reason on these bunkers it doesn't work right. I don't know why. And also the paths I can get to work. The biggest problem is if I set a worker to auto compact, he just drives up and down the same line. And I've done that on other saves. It's got to be something to do with the bunkers that he put in here. Which is fine. I'm not blaming him. It's, a lot of people use course play, but for some reason that bunker, and it's a base game bunker, but for some reason either that bunker or something on the ground is just doing it really oddly. And I'm not exactly sure what's going on. So all right. We're done lining. We're done lining. And we only went through half of our, just a little more than half of our load here. So we'll park him somewhere. Park him on this side. And go pick up our plow again. Really? Oh. Oop. No, not control. Come on. There we go. Okay. That's some of the things you got to watch out for. The AI is not the smartest thing in the world. Let me just make sure. Okay. So actually what I want to do is I want to see if I can fix this spot first. So let's turn that on. Okay. Now we can turn that off. Make sure my create fields is turned off. Oh, and actually, on this one, I want to start on the inside. Do the header last, so I've got a nice pristine field to start seeding on. I don't know why I've got some spots where the tractor slows down. I don't remember that happening before. But it only seems to be happening with the plowing. Okay, he's moving. I was getting the notice that the combine needed to be unloaded and the tractor was just sitting there.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, there's my brake sound, but I'm going to ignore you, Homer. You took my brake already. So yeah, that's really weird. I'm going to have to pay attention when I'm seeding and see if it does the same thing with the seeder. If it does, it means it's something odd with the ground. Because this plow actually requires very little power. It's one of the things I like about this plow is that it's great for start from scratch games. Because it's not that expensive. It's a straight line, so it's easy to create fields with. And you can run it with like a 70 horsepower tractor. Lifted a little early there. Okay, I don't see the combine. I know he's out there. Oh, there he is. He's at the far end of the field. There is also issues with, not issues, but draw distance sometimes will mess up when you can see vehicles. Because you'll see ground textures and buildings before you'll see vehicles. So sometimes the vehicles disappear. But I can just see him. He's over by, just passing under the church spire. Or the church steeple, I should say. So yeah, I got to figure out if it's the ground or the plow. If the seeder doesn't have any problems, then it's most likely the plow having issues with the ground type. Which is fine. I can live with that. I'm not doing corn, I'm doing grass and wheat, so I only have to plow like every few years. And with the grass, I should get 3 good harvests out of it. But, yeah, we're almost halfway through this field. And I can deal with the tractor slowing down every now and then. At least it's not leaving any unplowed patches. I don't remember which map it was. I tried one map and it had a small, in the middle of one of the fields, it had a small copse of trees with a pond in the middle of them, and I wanted to get rid of it. I landscaped it. I removed the trees, landscaped it, said that the pond was gone, and it just would not plow that section of ground. I don't know how they did it, but I still ended up with that island in the middle of the field because it just would not plow it, no matter what direction I tried, no matter what settings I tried. So, little annoying when you want to reconfigure a field the way you want it and you can't. Oh. Now, as far as streaming goes, I do want to keep streaming this, but this I pretty much want to leave for what's the word? A YouTube series. So I will probably not be streaming in here very often. What I will probably do, because I do want to stream Farming Sim, is right now my favorite American map is Alma, Missouri. It's got some large fields. It's got some it's got oddly shaped fields, which is fun to deal with. And I have an ongoing save in there. I've got cows, chickens, sheep, and goats. It's a very large piece of farm. Very large piece of farmland. But it's a lot of fun with hourglass shaped fields and water gullies between them. It's got some nice obstacles to try to navigate. So when I stream, I'll probably be streaming on that, because with that one, I mean, with this one, it's all right, but especially in the beginning, like I don't have any cows to take care of. I gotta buy pigs and pig feed and things like that. Oh, that's right. I wanted to set up a generator. Got a cell tower money generator that is fairly. I think it's like 4,000 a month. So kind of enough to get us through the winter, which is all I really want. But and that I'll set up right in that corner of the fence, because I'm not planning on putting anything up there. So right in that corner there. But yeah, the Alma, Missouri, it's much more established, with the realistic livestock. I've got a lot of work. There's something to do every day, basically. So I do have some downtime. One of the mods that I've got in here is called Vacation. And basically it just lets you skip multiple days in one shot. And it basically just like keeps putting you back to sleep. But all you see is the nighttime animation. Nighttime and daytime animation, because it actually uses the sleep trigger. So it's not instant, which I kind of like. But I don't have to keep clicking buttons when I want to skip a month. Because like in the winter, there's nothing much for me to do except keep an eye on the animals. So I skip a month at a time. So it just makes it easy. The one problem with it, and it's not with it, it's with Farming Sim, is that if you skip too many days in a row, and it'll happen if you manually trigger the sleep, it really screws up the weather. I've had it snowing in June. Because I skipped like 3 months in a row. So I skipped March, April, and May. And since it was snowing in February when I took the vacation, it was still snowing in June, which was not really workable. It really messes with the immersion. But like I said, that's not really a fault of the mod. That's the way the Giants weather system works. Oh. Missed the spot. But this map, I really like. I like the feel of it. The communal farm is nice. It's not really a communal farm. If you were playing multiplayer, this would be a great multiplayer. You know, each player gets their own assigned garage, and you know, everybody, like a communal farm, everybody shares in the cows. Okay, I'm going to just turned on create fields for a minute there. Just so I can get that section of field straightened out. All right. So you can actually use courseplay to create a field, and I've done it. You can map out the field on the maps. This is great for doing start from scratch games. You can map out the field on the map, draw it out where you want it. Set a worker up with a plow. Set the plow before you start the worker to create fields, because it'll stay on whatever setting you put it on. And then just let him go to town. Or let them go to town. Okay, I haven't gotten the notice that he's done with work. Oh, no, there he is. He's still going. My worker, Curly. That's another mod that I've got in, is a mod that gives the workers actual names, and they match up. If you have a female worker, you'll get a female name. So it just helps with the immersion and the realism a little bit. You know, so when you get a notice up, it's actually got a name in it. All right, and we're done plowing. So now I got to grab and fill the seeder. I also want to redo, I'll do it off camera though, I want to redo some of the routes. Okay, I parked this too close. All right, we're just gonna dump you right here. Because I couldn't pick up the cedar. Okay, now can I open the... Yeah. I hate these. Let me see if it'll let me fill. Nope. Okay. Fill with seeds. Fill with fertilizer. Yeah, the ones that you've got to unfold to fill kind of annoy me. I mean, I see why. Oat, grass. That's what we want. Grass. All right. Oh, okay. I was going to say, it should be sending us sideways, not lengthwise. And I think I'm going to do skip rows. Because one, it's going to be annoying to have to keep backing this thing up. And it'll also set us up so that we start our header rows down in that corner, or one of these two corners, because I'd like to end down on the farm side. And I should have a good amount of wheat to sell off in January, which will give me some money. So it's always nice to get some money at the end of at the end of winter, when you're just gearing up for oh, okay, let's get over to you. Turn that off. Okay, let him go unload. We'll continue on with this. want to look. There's my cedars. There they are. So that's the one I bought. Both 6 meter. That's 6 meter. That's not a direct drill. That is a direct drill. And it's 12 meter. I don't know if it's worth getting something that large though for this map. I'll have to look at modded cedars and see if I can find an 8 meter would be nice. Because that field number 2, that long narrow field, is the only one that a cedar this narrow would be good on. Let's go take a look again. Let's see if I can. It's for. That requires 300 horsepower. It's 5, 6, 6. That's 12. See, that's an 8 meter, but it doesn't fertilize. It's also really big. I think I'm going to swap this out and go with the horse. Let's... go with the bigger. I'll spend the extra money for the bigger. We can go with design 1 on that. So let's buy that. Let's fold this. And we will just unload this here. Okay, there's got to be a way to unload. Okay. It just didn't want to do it off the controller. Alright, let's... went into the wrong section. Come on. Actually, I can get rid of the cultivator. I don't really need the cultivator. Because I'm buying a direct drill. If I can find it. Or if I can find the one that I've got. There it is. Sell that. And you, I should be able to send... No, I can't. I didn't put the road all the way up here. But this should be good enough. And meanwhile, I can bring... And he got stuck again. Probably sitting there wasting all my gas. Whoops. That's not good. Wait for me to get out of the way. I forgot they go the same road. All right. And I'm just going to cut across this field. And then we can drop the header. I think I can buy a larger header for this. Which might be nice, but not really necessary. Now the question is can I get the header? No, the header won't fit in there. Okay. So we'll just put the header down over here. Just park this. I also need to buy a wash station. Okay. I think this one also, yeah, this one also needs to be unfolded, but I think this one will load without opening the tops. We'll find out. Because this one's got an odd unfolding mechanism. Because those bars all hang off the back. So it kind of opens out and then back. Or up, out, and then back. So, yeah, it's a little strange. You'll see when I get up to do the field. Yeah, this one lets me fill up. Oh, damn it. And I actually had fertilizer and seeds sitting out next to the field. I completely forgot about that. I didn't have to buy all of this. Oh well, it is what it is. All right. Nope, nope. Okay. But oh. Got to change my crop. All right, didn't really want this expensive of a cedar, but the only 8-meter that was in there did not do fertilizer. And I'd rather have something that'll fertilize, because that'll also help with the environmental score. Gives me some bonuses when I sell. And then hopefully if I get pigs over the winter, if I can get pigs before the winter hits, and as soon as I can afford a slurry spreader, the only one I really need to fertilize is the wheat field. The grass I can do with just solid fertilizer, because it takes barely any fertilizer. Grass needs a very low pH. So yeah, what I'd like to do is it's going to take a few years to get up to that level where I have everything, but what I'd like to do is do a manure before planting. Either manure or slurry, doesn't really matter. But I'd like to have both options. How much power am I low on power? Where is it? There it is. Oh yeah, it takes 300 horsepower. I'm a little low on power. I'm at 271. Forgot to take a look at that. That's why I'm going so slow. All right, so that's one of the things I'll have to do. I'll do it off camera. But I'll have to swap this tractor out. It's going to bring my money down again. I'm going to have to swap this tractor out for a Q Series, which will bring me up over 300, I think. Because he's struggling. See how much the Q Series is going to run me. $234, wow. Yeah, that'll bring me to 305. Put the BKTs on there. We'll skip the compact. 263. Oh, do I get charged for paint? Yes. $269. turn that off. Let's unhook that. All right, well, you get almost half. Let's buy my Valchuk Q series. Max that out. Nokian Wiederstein, BKTs, wheel setup standard. Do my colors. Jet black, okay. All right, well, we still got almost 200,000. Oh, and actually, since I'm up here, might as well pick these up and deliver these down. So you can see how this weight works. It'll push any bales out beyond the edges of the tires so you don't run over them. And that, with all the animals running loose in the yard, was the animal dealer. It's usually where I end up selling wheat and straw. Will sell there if I'm I won't sell straw until like I have no storage for it. All right, where can I park you? Put you right there. Put the weight right there. Because I won't need that until I start baling and picking up bales. So yeah, money disappears quickly when you're setting up. So okay, and we just make sure that's turned on. Oh. All right, and then we now we should have less problems. And I completely forgot to check the horsepower requirement for this seeder. Oh, not what I wanted. And with doing the series, I'm going to try to do everything on camera. If I skip multiple days, yeah, I'll probably cut that out because there will be times that I'm skipping a month at a time. You know, like once I get done with the setup, I'll probably skip to September 1st because I've got nothing to do until I can plant wheat. And actually, I'm not sure if this is a direct drill. Now that I'm looking at it. I'll have to check it. I may have to buy another cultivator. Yeah, let's go in this way. Nope, it is a direct drill. Okay. Didn't look like it. Usually, if it's a direct drill, it's got stuff hanging off the front to loosen up the soil. But it is what it is. So I've got to look at. I don't do pigs too often. I got to see what I can feed pigs. I know I can feed them any root crops. Um, but I don't like doing the root crops. So I'm gonna have to look up and see what I can feed them. I know I can buy pig feed. I've got a delivery mod so I can actually get them to deliver the pig feed to the house. And I'm not sure how much pig feed that pig barn is going to take. So actually, I think I can look that up. I might have a way to look that up. All right. But now that we've replaced several pieces of equipment, this field is almost done. And then I've got to start baling field number 2. And then I can go look at what I need to do for the pigs. One of the problems with the house is backing a trailer into the feeding spot. I usually end up doing it with the front loader. Not the front loader, but the telehandler. Although with the pigs, that was with the chickens. The pigs feeding spot is up front, so I should be able to do it with the dumper. All right, but we're on our header rows, so we're almost done here. And then I'll fill up what I can. I think I've got pallet forks on the telehandler, so I can move all this excess seed and fertilizer over. Actually, I think I can just sell it at the field workstation. Because if I move it and store it somewhere, I'll forget it was there again. No, not lined up. That's better. But that's good. Once I'm done with this field, and there's nothing to do but let it grow. I don't even have to use a grass roller because I'm using precision farming. So that kind of eliminates the need for doing a grass roller. I'm not doing corn, so I don't have to worry about cover crop. And I missed a spot there. Oh. Hit the button to put it down. It didn't put it down. Here we go. Right, back up again. Get lined back up. I get a little OCD about getting the field right. All right, and this should be coming up last row. Missed one little spot. I'm going to ignore that one. Why do I have one? Okay. You can see the odd way this falls. All right, and again for now, I'll arrange all my vehicles off camera. Okay, I guess I'm going this way. So we will just dump you here. Grab my pusher weight. And grab my baler. All right, and I just want to check my size. I actually want to set this up for the smaller, which I think 220 is the smallest it'll go. Oh no, it'll do 180s. Let me make sure that my transporter will pick up 180s. I think it will. Yeah, it'll do 180s. Okay. Come on, you turn. And the only reason I want to do 180s is because it makes it easier to measure out when I'm doing my mixing. Actually, I should. Let me set it for 240s. I probably could have skipped the silage tank one here. I can remove it. Because I'm not going to be doing wrapped bales for silage. I'm going to be using the bunkers, so that's why the forage wagon. But I do have a workshop, so I can remove that silage tank. But we'll do this field. We'll let an AI driver take care of field 2. And while he's doing field 2, I can go over and take a look and see what it's going to cost me for pig feed, how much I need, because I do want to fill it with pig feed if I can. Even though I'm probably not going to fill it with pigs in the beginning. I'll buy a few of them and let them breed up. 'Cause I'm running low on money here. And it's going to cost me a little money to put up a cell tower or something to bring me some income in the off season. And I want to do that fairly soon because I want to, as soon as I can make TMR, I want to get cows going. At least a handful of them. We'll see. We'll see what's available to me. Because with realistic livestock, you've got to look at things like health, breeding, possibility for cows, the milk production. Pigs, I don't have to worry about that, but you want good breeders, you want healthy animals. Basically, you want animals that are going to bring you the best money. So for the cows, the milk production is the money maker there. The health and everything just helps out with the breeding. What did I do? Oh. I hit a button. I didn't know what it did. Yep. And I didn't put my pickup down. But yeah, we'll end up with a good amount of straw out of this. I think this gives me like 6,000 liter, 9,000 liter bundles. I don't remember. Trying to pay attention to the counter. All right, so I'm thinking 9,000 liter. But yeah, we can... This field I have to do because I harvested this field, so these lines are not going to match the lines for courseplay. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's got... There is a swath detection on here, but it's for avoiding driving over the swath. It'd be nice if it could detect where the swath is and just follow the line. I don't know if that's possible. And driving over the swath does nothing as far as gameplay goes. Again, it's just aesthetics. But I like that they added a bale counter. It'd be nice if I could, if I could get that bale counter to stay up when I'm hauling the baler. And I tend to stick with the square balers just because of the speed. Because of the fact that I don't have to stop it, automatically pushes the bales out. I'll go with round balers if I'm doing silage bales. Because they'll bale and wrap, but you have to stop. You have to watch your percentage, you have to stop. This one's nice because you just keep going. Although I could do this and then just get a separate wrapper. And Courseplay has a good bale detection system, so you can do either wrapping or collection. And once I'm done, I'll end up with one small-sized bale, because I will be using this baler to bale the hay. So I'm going to have to empty this out once I'm done with the straw, but one small-sized bale is not horrible. Getting hungry. My wife is making cinnamon rolls for breakfast tomorrow. And all I can smell is those cinnamon rolls cooking. And I'm hungry now. And then as the farm grows and I start making some money with milk and slurry, I can even sell off excess silage if I need to, because I'll have plenty of silage. So yeah, probably what I'll do with the silage is I can have 2 bunkers going at a time. Well, 3 now, but if I change it, I'll have 2 bunkers in there. And you know, when it comes time to mow for silage, I can just sell off whatever's left in one bunker, and then or even bale it up and put it in storage and then sell it at its peak, because there is a place that I can sell off silage, but I've got a couple game months before I have to worry about that. Because I do want to let the grass... I let the grass grow. You can harvest it at growth level 3. I will usually let the grass grow until growth level 4. If you time it right, you can squeeze one more harvest, but I don't think it's worth it. You know, especially after this setup day is done and I start paying my workers. Not, yeah. I want them working as little as possible. Just got to be careful I don't dump one of those bales down the hill. Oh. There we go. Didn't put my pickup down. So once we're done here, I will empty the completed bales out of it. I'll leave the partial bale in there just so I can see how many bales I got off of this field, because then I do want to reset it to do the other field, just so I get a proper count. Saving. I do love the real autosave feature, but it does throw me sometimes when all of a sudden the game lags on me. But all right, so we're done with this field, or almost done. and then I'll get him set up to go automatically on the other field. Okay. Can unload those. And how many did we get out of that? We got 12. That's not bad. Where's the reset? There it is, Alt X. Okay. And actually, I think I'm going to end this here because I do have some other stuff to do. Because tomorrow is Thanksgiving for us, so I got to go. I should be helping my wife with the prep. So, yeah, shorter stream, but we got a good start. I will finish up and record most of this. I'll probably let it run off stream on the for doing that second field. But yeah, so I am planning on coming back Friday. Not sure what I'm playing yet. I may continue with this. I may go back to Vintage Story and continue that. There was a major update and all my mods broke. So I'm waiting for at least the important ones, the major ones, to either get updated or to be confirmed that they're working with the new version. But I can check on that tomorrow. But other than that, if you do celebrate Turkey Day, enjoy your food coma tomorrow. And I will see you all on Friday.
Stumble from the ashes, lost enigmas in the dust. I cannot remember, though they tell me that I must. Sky is torn asunder, fear that breaks the brave will not drag me under, climb out of the grave. Make a sign or faults divine, this mark of worth I wear. Hardened are these faithful scars I bear. Stand side by side, carry all as one, we can bear this weight. Stand side by side, we won't come undone, for the hands that will carry us home are touched by fate.